thinking about this all week. Alright, come. Okay. Alright. Hello and welcome to WTF Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, where we talk about writing, reading, and editing and all things in that vein.
Yeah.
So, if you don't know us, I am Aubin, the author of The Second Nature of Indigo, which is a coming-of-age historical fiction novel, which is out now everywhere. And
I am Mariella May, Ella here. I'm currently working on a fantasy duology that we are editing actively.
right now, well,
Yeah,
close enough.
Today we are going to be talking about
Our favorite speech tags.
and our least favorite speech
Yeah.
tags. So, do you have a list?
Yep. In my head.
So, speech tags, I think, are both really criticized and really overused. So,
Yeah.
I think a lot of people talk about how bad they are too much, and then also a lot of people just overuse them.
Yeah.
But really, they're neither, or like they shouldn't be either.
Mhm.
So, speech tags are super duper important. You need them. You're going to have them in your book. If you write a full-length book, you're probably going to have them, unless it's like a super, very ethereal, no one talks, or like all the speech tags. Anyway,
Yeah.
you could do it.
Experimental.
This isn't exactly a challenge, but if you want to take it as one, go for it.
And let us know how it goes. That would be so fun to watch.
You're going to most likely have speech tags, and there are a lot of them that are really great, and there are a lot that I would tend to avoid. So our ranking of the speech tags we're going to use are
Tell me.
chef's kiss,
Mm.
just perfect, just like, oh, fabulous. Again, all of these
Yeah.
don't overuse. If you overuse a chef's kiss,
Yeah.
it's going to be
still not
not another one. Solid.
Probably keep coming back to these.
Yeah, you're going to
They
use
definitely surpass some of the okay options.
Yeah, I think solid you're going to use more than chef's kiss.
Epic.
Okay is like, yeah, I see what you're doing there. It makes sense. Not my personal choice, but you do you, and it can be used really well.
Yeah.
Not another one, don't overuse it.
The general rule is don't overuse it. If you
Yeah.
want to learn more about our thoughts on speech tags, you can go to our video titled First Drafts. First draft mistakes and how to fix them.
Yeah.
It'll be up here. So let's do said first.
Okay, yeah.
I said is
the
our-
classic.
Our what
Everyone's going to use
everyone's
said.
gonna use said. So do we put it in solid or okay? Personally, I
Solid.
think I'd put it in okay, but I think solid's also justifiable.
I think it's in solid because a
It's
lot
versatile?
of times I just like don't even notice it. In like,
Oh, it doesn't draw attention to itself,
It
which is
doesn't
one of my
distract.
pet peeves with a
Yeah.
lot of the ones that are sometimes chef kiss, or not another one. It's like,
yeah, they get too
oh my gosh,
distracted.
that you did not need to draw attention to this question because sometimes if you draw too much attention to the wrong thing,
It just gets really,
it gets really annoying.
Yeah,
So we got said,
is definitely a solid.
solid,
I think we would go next to like questioned.
questioned. It really depends on how it's used.
I think question
I
would
find
be an
questions
okay.
so annoying if it's like
Too much
drawing
or
drawing attention to the wrong question.
yeah. Again, I think question would be okay because it's like if used well, it's good.
Yeah,
but like
any of these can be used really well.
Yeah, but
So
it's
I
like-
would agree.
a lot of times it's like okay, could you have found a better way to say that? I feel bad because you don't get to see these. Look at
Yeah.
Aubin's beautiful handwriting. It's so lovely.
I mean, it's okay.
I would
so-
say whispered.
Oh, I like whispered.
I like whispered.
Yeah, I would say
whispered-
chef's kiss because
it's like
there's no
between solid
faster
and-
way. There's no faster way to communicate
That's
a
true.
whisper than there's
Another
whisper.
thing we talked about in first draft is pacing, and we go a lot
Yes.
more into it and how
Yeah.
chef's kiss,
Yeah.
how speech tags can really help with your pacing. Whispered is our first chef's kiss, because I think generally when it's used, it is really good. But again, chef's kiss, don't overuse it. It gets really annoying if you overuse it.
Okay, what's the next one? Argued.
Oh, that was not the one that I was thinking of.
Really?
No, not
Okay,
at
well,
all.
it is one Ella brought up in
Yeah.
first draft. So argued. I
I
like
think I said-
argued.
yeah. I'd say that argued is in solid.
I would say solid or even chef's kiss.
I'd say countered is in chef's kiss.
Ooh. I'm hoping I spell all these words correctly.
If we don't,
I'm pretty sure, but
Aubin doesn't.
it's okay. I have editors. Should we save growled to the end? I feel like
Oh,
growled.
What about groaned?
I like groaned.
I like groaned as well.
I like groaned. I like groaned a lot. Chef's kiss?
Yeah.
Depends on the context in which it's used, of course, but...
If it's like, I don't know. Groaned
Yeah.
can be really overused. In
Groaned.
I like groaned like during a fight scene or after a fight scene, like when the character is physically damaged.
In pain.
Yeah.
It's like, ow.
Yeah.
I
really
so
like it.
Chef's kiss, solid. Where are we putting it?
I would say Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss.
I feel like we should go to growled next because.
Growled?
Okay, can we put neck growled and not another one?
What? I was gonna put it in solid.
What?
Yeah.
No.
It depends on how
Aubin.
it's used. I can't really think of the time I used growled in the Second Nature of Indigo, but
Aubin.
yeah.
Growled.
Growled. Yeah, I know.
It's overused.
It's like
not another
groaned.
one. It's okay, but not
What if
another
we put
one.
it in two categories?
Not another one is not strictly bad.
Okay, that's true.
It's
that's
just
true.
not
Another one is not necessarily. Okay, then we can put it in this one.
It's just like don't. It's. Could you find another way to say that?
Definitely not to be overused. If you hear it like more than twice in a scene, maybe even more than once, it's just annoying.
It gets really bad really quickly.
Answered.
Answered. I think answers is with questioned and okay.
Yeah.
It's like it works, but
Because you already know they're answering the question. So it's mainly just to convey who's saying it, who's answering the question. So I don't love that.
But I think answered can be really cool if a question wasn't asked. I think that's why it's in okay instead of like not another one.
Yeah. What's one
That we use often.
I honestly, you and I don't really use speech tags as much.
I mainly use, like, if I'm going to use a speech tag, it's usually on this list already.
Yeah.
I use whispered, countered. I use
like
groaned a
shouted,
couple.
shouted, yelled. I feel
yelled.
like we're getting into the neck of the woods of like, it's fast. So another thing you talk about is tempo. So when it's action's happening and you can't spend time slowing down this tempo, then words like yelled,
shouted,
screamed. I feel like screamed can be.
I think
a
screamed
chef's
can
kiss?
be in a chef's kiss.
Yeah.
I think screamed is a chef's kiss. I think.
It can also be not another one.
Yeah.
Oh, can we put
it's
wailed
kinda-
in not another one?
Yes.
Wailed. Okay, I was reading a book one time and I was like making notes in it, and then I gave it to Ella, and this character wailed like this. The guy she loved just died, and she says no. She wailed. No, you don't say she wailed. No, wailed in that context is the premium economy version of said. No, this is where she's like tearing out her hair or like,
Yeah.
I don't know, punching the ground. What? Wailed? No. Unless it's like, that wailed thing.
Again, not another one.
Okay, so
If used
yelled.
correctly.
Yelled I'd say was solid. I prefer scream because
Yeah.
scream evokes more emotion.
I'd say yell and shouted are both in
Okay.
solid. Because both are like, I think that one of the great things about solid is that they're harder to overuse.
Because they are so normal.
Yeah.
It's like said, argued, yelled, shouted. Guessed?
Guessed.
I like guessed.
I do like guessed.
I like guessed.
I feel like guessed is solid.
Solid. I'm trying to think of ones that I usually don't like. Okay, one that's hard to use, it's not necessarily bad, it just doesn't work in a lot of situations, is intoned. It's starting to get into that fancier realm of speech tags where it's like, yeah, sometimes it's the perfect word, and then other times it's just like, that was way too fancy for that normal quote. So
yeah, I think that a lot of people overuse it when they have like a princely character or like a kingly character, and then it's like, he intoned. It's like, or did he just say it, but it was fancy?
Solid or not another one?
I think okay.
Okay.
It's like
intoned. Slowly, as I write more and more, my handwriting becomes more and more cursive. So at the top, it's all nice and separated and printed, and then by the end,
it'll probably all be a line. You won't even know what we wrote.
Yeah, that's okay. That's how my handwriting goes sometimes. So we got guessed, intoned, answered, wailed, growled, yelled, argued, screamed, groaned, whispered, said. Oh. Where do we go from here?
Sang?
Saying?
Sang.
Sang! That's hilarious. I would say...
I like saying.
Yeah, I like saying.
I really like saying.
Especially in creepy circumstances.
Ooh.
Where would it go? Solid?
Chef's kiss, I think.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah, because it's one of those things. I don't think it's solid because it can easily be overused.
Okay.
I think the far two are like...
They're both good sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like...
These are good more often.
Yeah.
And these are less good more often.
In the majority of...
Less good more often.
Okay, what's the next one?
I don't know. You had the list in your head.
I did. Oh, I found another fancy one. Rebutted.
Rebutted? Ooh,
Oh.
actually, I like rebutted.
Oh, you don't really see it a lot.
Yeah, so I think it would go in a chef's kiss.
Really? I was thinking not another one. It's like, keep rebutted to like 1 to 2.
That's true.
Let's hope I spelled that right.
It's
One of those ones you don't really spell that often. Sorry.
This is taking a lot of... This would be much better if we had a list.
It would be. Here, give me a second. Oh, good. We've got a list of 270. I'm just borrowing this off the internet. Did not make it.
Nope.
Acknowledged. I like acknowledged.
I like it, but I think it's in not another one. It can... I think it's once per scene, max.
Okay. He acknowledged. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you can't overuse.
Because I think with acknowledged, it's more neutral. It represents what he's doing, but not exactly how he feels about it. So you could substitute one of these other ones that is more emotion-based rather than reaction-based.
I think not acknowledged would be really good for
I
a
can copy
character
how they
that
spelled it.
doesn't have a lot of, like, visible emotions. Like, they don't show what they're feeling a lot. They just
Do it.
do it. It's like, oh, okay, he acknowledged.
Oh, this is so easy. Okay, guys, we got commented.
Ooh.
Commented is okay for me.
I like it.
I guess it depends on the situation because sometimes it can be used to great effect.
I think commented is a little harder to overuse.
But again, it's another one of those neutral... We are in the neutral multi-purpose area of this Reedsy blog.
I would say it could be an okay.
Okay, which one were we just talking about?
Commented.
We also hear that word a lot more in society because it's like you comment on a video, so it feels so commonplace.
Expressed.
I like expressed. I'd say solid.
I would say solid.
These are just our opinions.
Told. I would say told
okay.
is an okay. Because it can really be really, really boring.
Really okay.
Vocalized.
Vocalized. Yeah,
I like it, but I would say it's not another one.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to see it too often.
It's in the fancy-ish category.
And then voiced, I would say, is the chef's kiss version of vocalized.
Well, I would... Oh, yeah, I agree. This poor marker is dying. Right.
Alrighty, moving on to happy and excited words.
Congratulated. I like congratulated.
I like
I'd
it
say
too.
it's not another one.
I would say, not another one. We don't want to see it too often, but we like it when we do see it.
I'm running out of room. I got to congratulate.
It's fine. You know what we mean.
Yeah, it just is missing the ed.
Joked. I love
joked.
joked. I would say joked is chef's kiss.
It's chef's kiss. Okay.
Yeah, I love joked. Because it gives so much feeling with just like not a lot.
Ooh, sad, upset word. Agonized.
I don't like agonized.
I don't love agonized.
Gets really...
Cried. Cried just reminds me of wailed.
I would say cried is okay.
I'd put it in not another one. Okay, not another one. Cried.
I think okay. Okay, it can be good, and I think
it's slightly less dramatic than wailed, so it probably fits in more circumstances.
Yeah.
Fretted. I like fretted.
Fretted?
Because it's more...
Yeah, I would say it's solid.
Yeah.
Because I think that you can get away with using fretted more.
Yeah.
Than like...
It's broader, so that's why I think it fits solid more.
Angry words. Ooh. Joked. Oh, I love joked.
Oh, yeah, me too. Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss. Like, It's so, you can get so much feeling in
A
choked.
choke.
Also, you can give a lot of like body.
Oh, fumed. I like fumed too.
I like fumed too.
Is it not another one or chef's kiss?
I would say it's not another one because it can really, really quickly become overused.
Demanded. I would say demanded is chef's kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say also spat is chef's kiss.
Oh, yes. I love spat.
I would say swore is not another one.
Swore is
'cause
definitely
it's
not another one.
good.
Oh
It's
my
really
gosh.
good.
Have you ever read a book where they just say swore all the time instead
They
of telling you what they
swore.
swore?
Annoyed.
Complained.
Complained. I think complained
I
is
feel
solid.
like yeah, complained is solid.
Because it shows a lot and keeps it snappy.
Yeah.
Like you can just move on from there.
I also like mocked. Rasped is definitely not another one.
Yeah.
You do
It's
not wanna
good,
hear
but
that a lot.
yeah, I feel like rasp is like one of
What
those
was the
like
other one?
two per
Mocked.
books. Mocked? I really like mocked. I would say it's
Solid.
solid.
Just in case you were wondering, here's how
It's
it's looking
looking?
so far.
We have the least in okay. I don't know. Then we have the most in these two, which is funny because they're kind of the same.
Yeah.
But it's just like the premium version of these guys.
the premium economy version.
Yeah. It's like almost the same.
I was editing it,
but
not editing.
quite.
I was
Annotating.
annotating it on an airplane, so it was just like the
Premium
premium
economy
economy
version.
version of said. Ooh, frightened or pained words. Warbled. Ooh, very
Ooh.
good, but also
Not another one. I do not like warbled. It's very specific. and-
squealed. Oh, squeak! Come on! That is from one of our favorite books,
An adult.
King's Dark Tidings.
Yeah.
It's an adult fantasy. Do not read it if you are under the age of 18,
15.
16, something like that.
I'm sitting right here.
Yeah.
Under the age of 15, guys.
We
or
cannot personally recommend. We
With
cannot be held responsible for
parental- yeah.
recommending this book to you. But it is great.
It is great.
Squealed. So we're gonna put squealed in. Okay.
I feel like squealed is not another one. You can't use
Yeah.
squealed too much. It's very, very, very specific. There you go, getting all swirly with it.
Yeah.
Okay, I would say
prideful words. Ooh.
How did we do that?
We do that a lot.
We do.
Crowed, exhorted,
Crowed.
dictated.
I actually really like
Yeah,
crowed, but I
I-
think it's not another one.
Yeah.
You gotta use it specifically.
Now the not another one column is becoming one of my.
Crowed. I mean, what?
I'd say crowed is more likely for me to be in
Chef's kiss.
Chef's Kiss.
I don't know.
You
Can
don't
you
know?
imagine it being like said? I think that Chef's kiss is like 2 to 3 times in
Oh, okay.
a part. Crowed?
No, sang. You can't do sang more than continued singing.
What? No, I like saying
Boasted,
boasted. Boasted. I think.
bossed,
I think-
bragged. So many prideful words. Broadcasted.
What? Hello,
Well, the
guys.
weather today is going to be bright and sunny. Definitely something you should get outside for. She broadcasted. Swaggered. Swaggered
That's
isn't
not a
really
word.
speech tag. It's an action tag. So I don't
Yeah.
know. Prattled.
I-
Oh, I like prattled.
I
Let's
do
do
like
Chef's
prattled.
Kiss.
Yeah, but prattled multiple times. Okay, actually, I can because it kind of is like
Prattled.
continuing.
Imagine you just
It's a
continue prattling.
constant thing. Yeah.
That could it could be really funny if you
Really
did
funny.
that. Words to express uncertainty. I gotta link this blog in the.
Yeah, we will.
I will. So
This blog
whatever blog
is
we're using, it'll be
lovely.
down in the description. Murmured. Okay, murmured I'd say is solid. There's a specific. So
I think
one thing
muttered
Ellen
and murmured are
yeah.
both in solid. Sorry, I interrupted you. What were you gonna
One
say?
sec. So I feel like Ella and I were talking about this the other day while we were editing because Ella asked me, "What's a speech tag for this very particular way he's saying this?"
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, there really aren't that many words. And I remember doing this for my book. And you were like, I know exactly how they're saying it, but there aren't a ton of great words for it. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like muttered and murmured, whispered, they're simple words for a very specific way. We're trying
Yeah.
to get you to hear this. And it doesn't usually fit exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not really exactly whispering.
And it's not exactly murmuring.
And it's not exactly murmuring because it's more enunciated than that. And it's not muttering because muttering is more like, I don't know, I have a different association with muttered. Like so,
yeah.
Muttered, murmured, you have to use them because it's what you got.
One of the cool things you can do with stuff like whispered, muttered, murmured, even like expressed, guessed, fretted, is add more after that.
Yeah.
Like, how are they doing it? That's one of my favorite questions. Yeah. I love how and why. Yeah. Those are my favorite questions. So why are they muttering and murmuring? And how are they doing it? Like, are they doing it to themselves? Are they doing it to someone next to them? Are they doing it to the POV or away from the POV? Does the POV even really know what they're saying? Yeah. So I think that you can express a lot with the speech tag and then after it. So give people like an initial, like, okay, that's how they said it, and then dive a little deeper into it. Yeah.
Alrighty. Words that make fun. Oh, spoofed. You don't really hear that one a lot.
Spoofed.
That's what spoofed. Oh, not another one.
Spoofed is rare, but can be, I guess, good.
I don't hear it a lot. Sneered.
Ooh, sneered can easily get overused.
But so can they all. I was gonna put it in
I think it's okay. Yeah.
Sneered.
Question words. Ooh.
Oh, interrogated. Interrogated is not another one.
But yeah. I think begged is also not another one.
Oh, yeah, begged.
Begged can easily get overused. Quizzed? I think quizzed isn't okay. Because I think it could be used well, but I'm like having a hard time thinking of how. Ooh, promised.
Promised. Oh, I'd put that in Solaced or Chef's Kiss.
I think it's in Chef's Kiss.
Yeah. And then to like really level up promised, you can say it like you can add a feeling after it, which like promised hesitantly or something, you know.
We've made it towards the end.
Divulged.
I think
not another one.
Not another one. You can't overuse divulged because it's so specific. I think what we've learned over this list is there are very specific words, and then there are very broad words. So that's actually kind of how it's set up. It's specific, broad, and this is harder to do well, easier to do well, easier to do well, harder to do well. And this is our list. If you can read this, congratulations.
Good job.
Yeah, I love how good ones that are hard to use is our longest list.
Yeah.
It makes sense, because these are great. And
look, congratulate. You don't use congratulate a lot.
When you use the words and not another one well and sparingly, they are, they turn into chef's kisses. Chef's kisses, you can use a little bit more. They're a little bit easier to handle. And then solid, you're going to use them. We're going to love it. Yeah. It's going to be great. Okay.
They don't attract too much attention to themselves. Yeah. I'd say, strangely enough, okay kind of draws more attention. Like sneered, you can definitely...
You can hear it?
Hear sneered more. It draws more attention to itself.
But still not nearly as much as...
Told, following that logic, would probably be in solid. But
I think it is a little bit more specific. I don't think you can get away with told too many times.
No, yeah, you're right.
I think that how I would split it up is not another one. You can get away with like once, maybe twice in a scene.
I'd say once. If I hear a speech tag twice in a scene, even if it's really good and it's not in probably the solid category, or even sometimes if it is,
chef's kiss, I'd say notice. Like one, maybe two, I guess. Yeah, maybe. Especially if it's two different characters who are doing them.
It also depends on how long your reader's memory is. I remember reading one of the Harry Potter books, and she used this metaphor that was great. And then she used it in the next book, and I noticed. I was like, you used that metaphor last time. In the last book, about 400 pages ago.
Yeah. So, and then okay, I think you can get away with twice. With most okay, question, answered.
Yeah, if you like dress it up a little bit differently.
Yeah. And then solid, you can get away like at least 3 times.
I try not to use any of them.
Yeah, more than once. Still, that's a general rule. Try not to repeat things, but if you are, I would suggest repeating the middle guys. Yeah. And keeping these guys for special occasions. So that's our list.
Cool.
Thank you guys so much for joining this.
It's been fun.
Yeah,
I had fun.
Really fun. Tomorrow, Friday, we're doing book tea. We always do it every week. So yeah, if you want to just hear us talk more, but about specific books, you can join us tomorrow. And next Wednesday, we will have another writing advice thing. And Thursdays are kind of weird. We do whatever. We have fun. And thank you so much for coming.
Bye, guys.
See you tomorrow
for Friday of Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. WTF.
Bye.